Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Today's episode of Frankenstein Control is brought to you by... It's that time of year again, folks. That's right. It's time for the Dilf Ensemble 100% gay nutcracker. The Nutsucker.
What?
It's the most erotic ballet in the Tri-County area. So we go down to the Kennedy Center right now and get your tickets to see Nutsucker.
I tried to see that, but I got our ticket date wrong, and it was just that China before communism thing that they're always.
China before communism.
That's what they had in the theater. Instead.
Yeah, it's like this play about some like Chinese.
It's one of those mass like acrobatics and dancing
or culture,
things.
Yeah, and it's always in like posters in various restaurants, and it's always like it's the greatest show on earth. It's not specifically that. It's like you have to see it. It's like a once in a lifetime show.
And it's called China before communism.
No, but that's always like the tagline.
Yeah,
is China before communism. And I swear I saw something about it that was like, it's really shady or something. Like whoever's like sponsoring it. But that could have just been bullshit. I don't know.
Don't support that kind of shit. Head on down to the Kennedy Center this weekend so you can see the nut sack.
The nut slurper.
The nut slurper. The nut sacker sweet.
It was nut sucker.
The nut slapper. Fuck! It was staring me right in the face the whole time. The nut slapper.
You could have slapped your nuts right after wiping your ass.
Well, no,
I'm just laughing at Nutsacker Sweet.
Because it's a nutcracker sweet.
I know.
Welcome to Frankenstein Control, everybody. We're losing our minds.
Where we have only the most mature and an interesting, profound comedy.
Tony Hawk profound.
My brain don't work because I've been playing Ace Combat 7 Chinese balloon blasting all day. It's the DLC.
Be right, don't you know the Ace Combat games is an Ender's Game situation?
Oh no!
You're unwittingly drone striking a bunch of people in foreign countries that we don't like. And you go, It's okay because they're weird, funny bugs. And you go, how terrible it is, but we did kill a lot of them, you see.
They're arresting Harlan Ellison. Good.
Harlan Ellison did Ender's Game.
Did he die yet?
Wasn't Harlan Ellison the Ender's?
No,
that's
Orson
Scott Card. God damn it.
Orson Welles is dead. Orson Scott Card isn't dead, though I wish he was. Harlan Ellison is
he
dead.
still? Oh,
he's dead.
Okay.
But then again, I don't know. Fact check me on that
because he was.
I was telling you someone else was dead recently, and they weren't.
Yeah.
Eddie Deason. I thought Eddie Deason was dead.
Yeah,
no, he's just nuts.
He's just very close to death.
Yeah. He had some sort of crazy thing happen to him. He got in a car crash in a Walmart parking lot.
And then he went into like a diner and threw plates at people or something.
Crash in a Walmart? What?
I just remembered. He's fine now, so I can make funny. Fuck, what was his name from 30 Rock? He used to be on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, right.
Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan, yeah.
Tracy Morgan. He got in a fucking car crash in a Walmart parking lot, and everybody thought he was gonna fucking die.
That wasn't a Walmart parking lot. A Walmart truck slammed into his vehicle that he was in, and it actually killed his friend, which sucks.
Oh, fuck, I didn't know that part.
But it was one of those things where, like, Walmart is a corpo monstrosity that makes their truck drivers drive when they're sleepy because they don't give them enough time to rest, and that's why it happened. And
Oh, see, I misremember a lot of things.
I do as well. I don't know why I remember that.
And unfortunately, I misremember things to be a lot funnier than I thought they were. So then I look like a tremendous fucking asshole when
Tracy
I talk
Morgan
about
got
it.
into a slight fender bender backing out of his space in a Walmart parking lot, and it really fucked him up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking happened. Instead, this horrible thing that killed his friend and ruined his life.
Yeah.
Terrible person, Taylor.
I am. I'm a bad person.
Put you on blast for that.
That's what happened. A bad memory does to you, folks. If you don't eat your ginkgo biloba, you're gonna be a huge
Ginkgo biloba.
That's one
Dockside
of them.
bars.
That's one of them hippy dippies. Dockside bars.
Dockside bars. Yeah.
Johnny, do you play baseball?
Ginkgo biloba. It's this thing. They're like, oh yeah, it'll improve your memory. I'm like, oh, that's great. Will it help me remember everything I forgot? No. It'll just help me remember, stuff now. I hate the shit that's happening now.
It'll make you remember all those cringy things you did as a child or even as an adult.
Yeah.
And only when you're right about to go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's shit happens to me anyway. I don't need no ginkgo.
But it could happen even more.
Oh boy, sign me up. Time to remember all the times in which I waved my penis at traffic. Spun it around like a wee propeller.
I've read one book since we last met up, but it was just kind of okay. So it's not really worth doing a whole synopsis review of it.
It wasn't fun. It wasn't awesome, and it wasn't trash. It was just
it was well written.
It was a book.
And it was an interesting enough story, but it was also just kind of like at the end of it was like, all right.
Yeah.
It's called Gold, Fame, and Citrus.
No wonder you rented it.
Yeah.
And it's about like the world has run out of water.
Oh.
California's a wasteland. The entirety of
That's just describing now.
Yeah. It's just now.
The entirety of the Midwest is a giant creeping sand dune and pit holes.
Oh my god.
Sinkholes. And this couple is trying to get from California to the East Coast with this baby they stole.
They stole a baby?
Yes, they stole a baby.
So Raising Arizona, but in the apocalypse.
Yeah, essentially. But not funny.
Oh.
And just kind of depressing at the end.
Yeah.
And
golly gee willikers.
I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. I was kind of slow to read it. It didn't grip me to keep going. Like, you know how when you're really into a book, you're like, oh, I can't put this down yet.
I can't put it down.
And, it definitely had good moments, and it was well written, but just as a whole, it was like, all right.
I'm reading a book right now that is good and engaging and gripping. It is called Tertial and Eleanor, and it is a prequel to the Abhorsen series, which is I don't know if I've ever talked about that series on here.
I don't think so.
But it is about...
That's when Bojack does sit-ups.
Yeah.
He's
Abhorsen. And real depressed. The Abhorsen series, actually, that's called the official name of the series is the Old Kingdom series by Garth Nix. But basically, there's two kingdoms: Anselsteer, which is like an allegory for like England in the World War I era, and the Old Kingdom, which is like high fantasy magic, Dungeons and Dragons shit, medieval weaponry and technology, and
old shit.
They're divided by a wall, and magic exists north of that wall in the Old Kingdom, but not in the England country, where everyone regards it as like superstition and stuff.
Build that wall, and the Magicans are going to pay for it.
That, and there's these people called the Abhorsen. It's a government office basically in the Old Kingdom where the magic is, and you're like the arch necromancer of the kingdom, whose job it is to go around and put down the things that bad necromancers raise.
Oh, interesting.
And they use bells to do it. They have like 7 bells, and like the bells do different things, and they like command the spirits to like walk back through death, and they basically cancel out raised things. And there's like one bell that's like a nuclear option if you're surrounded, that just throws everything, including you, into death if you ring it, as like the last resort bell. And that's about the various people who have to hold that office and get sucked into all the things that happen with zombies and monsters and things like that. And it's fun.
It's a really interesting anime that's kind of like that. Like a bunch of weird spirits and stuff, and the main characters have to go and take out these spirits by making cubes.
Fucking Kakashi!
I think you'll like it.
And everyone's Vic Mignogna.
Vic Mignogna's, it's like the Clumps. It's just, Vic Mignogna's everybody in the show. He's doing every voice. Oh, God. Isn't he a sex pest?
He's some kind of a thing like that, and he's a weird Jesus man, and like they will even it is a known tactic that they will, when they need to like clear a room at a convention, they'll let Vic Mignogna talk about Christian topics. That's a real thing that happens. They're like, all right, Vic, you got the floor, and he's like, oh boy.
Oh man, that's fucking weird. Thinking of a Bible verse being
in Edward Elric's voice.
Edward Elric's voice.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's weird. Yeah. I don't like that. Ugh. Fuck. Well, what? So you told us about basically like the power system of this book, but what's the chief? Who's our protagonist?
Well, it varies.
It's like a multi-story kind of thing.
'Tis indeed, and the book one, the official book. Right now, I'm reading a prequel, which is about the like the parents of the first protagonist, Terciel and Eleanor, and then there's like this girl she lives in the England country and is trying to basically she lives at a boarding school and is basically having a normal life. And they're all of a sudden they're like, hey, guess what? Your dad was the Abhorsen, and now you got to go be the Abhorsen in Scary Magic Country. And she's like, oh shit! And then there's also these witches called the Claire that are really really cool that live in a glacier.
The Claire?
The Claire.
Like going to Claire's?
The Chanticleer?
Yeah.
Chanticleer.
Clayr.
Oh, Claire.
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 They get
How
involved.
you pronounce it, Icelandic?
They're like they got like some future seeing abilities, and they're just sort of generally like white magic good witches. They're pretty cool, and they are sort of there's like three main factions in the Old Kingdom. There's like the royal family, the Abhorsen, and the Claire, and they like work together to like govern and protect people from magic monsters. And so then like the book 2 is about one of the Claire who becomes the next Abhorsen, and so on and so forth. And there's the various way that the whole world is threatened by necromancy. I'm being real specific and engaging here.
I love these vague details.
Yeah.
They're very nice to zone out to.
I don't know. I kind of like the story about Abhorsen Wells. That's good.
It's probably my second favorite series to anything Sanderson. Like, if Sanderson wasn't,
praise.
if anything Sanderson wasn't my main fantasy series, this one would be. It's pretty cool.
Damn.
It's a good one. And they're also a lot shorter books and easier to get into than the mile-long Stormlight books.
You know? Oh my goodness. Yeah, quite the daunting texts, those Stormlighters archives.
Yeah. You could kill a man with one.
Judge Holden kills a person in Blood Meridian with a big old copy of Stormlight Archives.
This book or some other. He's Judge Holden is like drawing people, like encyclopedic. Everywhere they go, he like keeps a sketchbook and he like draws every animal and like plant that they see.
Does he mercilessly kill anybody who comes up and goes, "Oh my God, did you draw that?"
No, but that'd be funny if he did. Judge, will you draw? Judge, will you draw feet pics for me? Judge, will you draw John Joel Glanton, the leader of the Glanton gang, in a mariachi shirt?
No. What is? Hold on. So, what is it? Toe Meridian and the Little Piggies in the West?
Kink Meridian and the...
Delicious piggies.
Kink Meridian and the Evening Safe Word in the West.
Oh, Lord. What has becometh?
And you can still have like a whip crack noise, and it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Both for like a Western thing and for the kink thing.
There you go.
Yeah, except with the Western, you go, whoosh, yeah! And then...
Ouch!
Whoosh, ooh! What are you doing?
On the subject of Blood Meridian...
How come your phone has credit cards on it?
Oh, because I just...
A wallet.
I got one of them phone cases with holes here.
On
Got my driver's license and my most recent, my most frequently used card and my concealed carry permit.
Oh, okay.
My three most... Things I don't want to have to reach into my pocket to give a cop.
Did you bring your piece here?
I did not.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you got your concealed carry and you're not even using it, B-Rye. Bummer.
I've actually...
He left it at home so the baby can protect herself.
I've actually been carrying less and less and wondering if I even want to.
Baby's carrying a piece. Look out!
No, I was going into. I'm assuming we're going to edit all this out, but there's a.
Who knows?
There's a picture that I wanted to show you and you specifically, Ada, where it was a special occasion. It might have been Valentine's Day, but Lissa and I went out to lunch at this place called Sweetwater Tavern nearby.
Oh, Sweetwater's tasty. They got tasty bread.
They do, and they have a
water sweet as well.
They
sweetie swell. First off, the water sweetie swell and their chicken tenders.
Oh yeah.
If you like eating like an infant with money,
a disgusting baby with money.
They are some of the best goddamn tenders on the planet.
Well,
so fucking good.
In addition to their tendies and bread, I was also enjoying the giant cowboy mural they have.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, please.
And they have a massive mural of Western things, and I took a picture of one gentleman in particular because he is dressed exactly how I picture the characters in Blood Meridian. Like, they don't wear, like, cowboy clothes. They wear this. But the guy himself looks like Rickety Cricket. And so it's Rickety Cricket in Blood Meridian.
What's a rickety cricket?
And this is a guy that looks like he'll suck a dog's dick for money, yeah.
What on earth?
Rickety Cricket is a guy from It's Always Sunny.
Oh!
He's that guy whose life they make worse every time.
Yeah, but like when he's introduced, he's like a clergyman.
Yeah, that's
and he's convinced to quit, and then he can't rejoin, and then he's homeless, and like every time you see him, he's like talking about like this new depraved thing he's had to do for some pittance, and he's blind in one eye, and he's dirtier and like more fucked up every single time.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Literally.
Yeah.
Not, but
he was the second coming.
Oh, he saw a second coming. That's why he's blind in one eye.
Yeah. He took a lot of second comings from those dogs he was sucking off. I'm sorry.
He took the knot for your sins.
No. Furry Jesus. What do you
Longinus has a spear, but it's not going in where you think.
What do you think Jesus' persona would be? This is a normal conversation to have.
Okay, no, I'm gonna fucking turn this on its head. We're now having a serious conversation about what Jesus' persona would be. And I would say it would probably be, because Jesus is like he's a humble guy in the text. He's a humble dude. So like your first thought would be like, oh, like a lion, like a king, you know, like the king of men. That kind of thing.
I mean, specifically, this
is Jesus.
There's a whole thing against that kind of thinking.
What do you mean?
About, God, I forget how it works. Jesus isn't a lion. Anyway, continue.
Okay, he's Aslan, the Jesus allegory lion in the C.S. Lewis Narnia books.
Yeah.
And so the easy thing would be like Lamb of God, right?
Yeah.
Like
a sheep.
Yeah, it'd be a sheep or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of like the idea that Jesus would fancy himself like a tufted ground squirrel.
He's a Gila monster.
He would be a Gila monster. Jesus the Gilas.
So...
Oh, yeah, then you also have to consider the geographical area in which he was raised in. You know, the whole Bethlehem, you know, that whole place. So, like, Nazareth, right? What's the local wildlife over there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably something adapted for a kind of a desert area.
Yeah, a hot climate. So, like, jackals, wild dogs of some kind or another. Dogs will fucking live anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm going to go in a completely different direction here.
Oh, what you got for me?
Carpenter, beaver.
Oh! So beavers are native to the U.S., so I don't think that Jesus...
Oh, yeah, absolutely not.
He is the Son of God, however.
Were he a real man, he would have never even heard of a beaver. until Mormon Jesus went to America and exploded.
Yes.
He exploded because he saw a beaver.
Look, Ada, we believe that Jesus exists, and that he was most likely a good man, but he is not our beaver. So...
Damn!
I'm just picturing...
Oh, you fucking got me! Damn!
'Twas good. That was good. And it comes full circle. Speaking of tame things that got unexpectedly horrifying, I was watching some Samurai Jack. I was like, you know what? I'm in the mood for some comfort TV. I just want something to throw on that I don't have to pay too much.
Samurai Jack is so fucking boss, dude. It's great.
It's great. I was watching some of the classic episodes, and there was one that was one of the one-offs where like he was there was like 3 stories in one, you know, like one of those episodes.
Yeah.
And it was sort of the 3 stories were a little bit spooky. And one of them, like, he encounters these people who look like peasant refugees in the woods, but they are like sort of off, and they like ask to share his campfire and stuff. And he's like, sure, you know, we can do that. And you know, I got plenty of food. You know, we can hang. I'm a nice dude, even though I have misgivings about you, and you're, you know, really coming off like the fucking Addams Family here. And then they like try to kill him because they're robots. And
yeah, of course they're robots. They're always robots.
They're always well. The thing is, these are like cannibal robots, and they're trying to eat. They eat metal apparently, and they're trying to eat his sword. And in the middle of that, like while they're all wailing on him, inevitably they take some friendly fire and then devolve into like a self-cannibalizing orgy and like forget about him and just eat each other,
like the Texans and Animorphs.
Exactly. And the scene where they do that was really horrific for like the setting and time of that show. Like the robots, once their like skin components come off, are like these horrifying red skeletons with like fucked up teeth. It's really scary. And I was like, how do they get this like on?
See, I imagine Tartakovsky is like, all right, you're gonna make me everybody a robot, so it's not less violent. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna fucking push this motherfucker.
Yeah,
you want? Oh yeah, you can. You don't have an excuse now. They're robots. It's not really violent.
Yeah,
I can do whatever I want. Fuck you,
dude. It is an unsung
It's definitely that.
It's an unspoken rule that robots, if you want to be the like most violent you possibly can, just make things robots. Like the later Michael Bay Transformers movies. They're violent as fuck. They're blowing each other's brains out violently with like oil blood and everything.
Yeah.
And it looks fucking violent and awful. But they're robots, so who gives a shit? PG-13. Bam. There you go.
They can just fix each other up.
Yeah, and it's like some serious R-rated violence, but it's okay because they're big goofy truck bots from the unholy truckerverse.
They're the two trucks that are having sex.
So Orson Welles' Unicron presides over it all and gives us the okay.
I was walking into Target the other week, and I saw a car in the parking lot that had on one side of the license plate a Decepticon face, and then on the other side a Jesus cross. And it's like, Sam, have you heard about the Word of God? Sam Witwicky, I have come to tell you about the Lord.
Sam Witwicky, your planet holds the Holy Bible. We are to learn of Jesus Christ and his sacrifice only to Nami.
I'd like that. That sounds ripe for that Jenny Nicholson video where with the weird church people who make the passion plays, but based off of like popular movies.
That was.
And Iron Man and Buzz Lightyear getting hung up on the cross.
God, that video was so fucking funny. Like, even as someone that was raised in that bullshit, it's still like ingrained enough that I'm watching it like, you can't do that. That is absolutely against your fucking religion.
It's like super fucking cringe, and yet it's so fucking fascinating.
It really is.
Like I was just wrapped for the whole 3 fucking hours that video is, or however long it is. It's a long
I don't think it's that long. I think it's only like an hour long.
Okay, it's an hour long.
It's not her like, what was it, like Vampire Diaries or something that she did that was like 5 hours long?
Her Vampire Diaries and how insane it is. But yeah, no, that video is just phenomenal. I highly recommend watching it so you too can firsthand witness the mind poison that is Christianity at its finest. It's amazing. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Like I said, I was rapt the whole time.
You were raptured.
I was raptured.
This is the religion episode, apparently.
Yeah, welcome to the religion episode.
I can't wait.
About Jesus' persona and passion plays with Tony Stark.
There is a real thing that is the manga Bible, which is like, it's just of Matthew / Mark / Luke / John, that book that tells the whole story of Jesus. Amongatized?
Yeah, mangatized.
Yes, mangatized. It's just that whole story of Jesus from birth to crucifixion. But it's a comic book, and it's like a manga style comic book. And I really hope somewhere in this world is a furry comic of that same story.
It has to exist.
How could there not
There's
be?
gotta be.
Are you kidding? There's nothing, and I mean this in a literal sense and not a figurative sense, nothing is sacred to furries. They will do a furry version of anything. There's got to be not just one, but more than one furry biblical stories with furries, and it's erotic.
Okay, so this is the journey that I need all of you listening to go on.
Oh my god.
I need you to go to Google and just type in Jesus fursona or furry Jesus or something. We all need to witness this as a collective to see what the internet decides to represent the savior of Christianity as an animal.
That just makes me think of
the son of dog.
Well,
then you get into a whole breed thing. Like is he a husky, a golden retriever?
Oh, he'd be a golden retriever because everybody
a Pomeranian, because that would just be funny.
Oh, Pomeranian Jesus. Oh.
Are we going to hell?
No, because it's not real.
Oh, okay. That's a relief.
There's no hell to go to, Taylor.
We're in it.
There's only the cold, cold ground and nothingness awaiting us.
Oh boy, darkness. Well, no, because you won't even be experiencing that. You'll just be gone.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If you've ever been under anesthetic, that's what it's like.
Oh yeah.
Just.
Yep.
That's it.
You wake up and like, what are you do with the operation? Like, we did this 2 hours ago.
Yeah, it's not super terrifying.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So Jesus, Ada.
Uh-huh.
I heard that you liked the Jesus when you were a child.
I was forced to, I suppose, would be the good word for that.
Sunday Shul.
Uh-huh.
Did you draw funny pictures in Sunday Shul? I know you used to be, right?
I drew Isengard.
You drew Isengard. You're drawing fucking Baradur with the flaming eye atop it. And they're like, oh, this kid's going places.
Hell. Hell, for one.
Dude, fucking... I'm so glad I looked up Baradur recently. I know what to name it.
His fortress at the Baradur is rebuilt.
Yes.
His orcs have multiplied.
According to the Peter Jackson model that he built within the movie, apparently Baradur is 3,000 feet tall.
Oh, it's fucking huge. I don't know if you've seen any, like, it's like taller than the Burj Dubai or some shit.
Yeah, by a fair margin. Like, almost twice as tall as the Burj du Bougie. I've always wanted... You know, this is kind of like a very shallow reason to, like, get up in a plane and go somewhere that you really honestly don't really want to go, but, like, it'd be kind of cool to see the Burj Dubai in person.
Yeah.
To see something that fucking huge and, like, dwarfingly tall.
Big things scare me.
Big things put me in awe. I want to recapture the fucking feeling that I got going to Yosemite National Park with Gramps, with good old Grandpa, with Granddad, going to Yosemite and just being dwarfed by the gigantic, like, starkly tall rock formations there. That was such a wonderful feeling of just like, holy fuck, big things are big.
It is cool when things are big.
It is cool when things are big.
But to answer your question from like 5 minutes ago, from what I remember, all the people running those Sunday school activities were fairly strict about paying attention or doing the activity or whatever. So I don't think I had the opportunity to doodle.
Oh, you couldn't doodle monstrosities.
I mean, I was never the type to doodle monstrosities anyway. Back in the day. Now, yes.
You can draw the Pokemon and they'll think you're up to devilry. She's learning about Pikachus.
They're keeping these monsters in their pockets. They're more to Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal with communion? Especially funny because he's Jewish.
He's Jewish, yeah.
That's a whole layer of weird and strange.
Just shut up and eat the Eucharist, Jerry!
I don't like where this is going. This just seems wrong.
This is our worst podcast episode yet. We should just name it the worst episode yet.
The worst episode we've ever done.
Something like Jesus fucks it all up or something. That was where we went wrong. We tried to assign a persona to a religious figure, and it all just snowballed from there.
This stuff can't hurt our computer, can it, Peggy?
I was just listening to toilet sounds. Oh, us three are to blame for the decline in American family values.
Yep.
It's all our fault.
Good riddance. And on that note, our community service time is over. We've done our 30 minutes. See y'all whenever.
See you now.
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.